Welcome, everybody, to the BEEGUARDS podcast. BEEGUARDS is a nice consortium with more than 27 partners all over Europe and even one partner in South America. BEEGUARDS is working for Brazilian beekeeping, where we try to make the beekeeping sector within Europe stronger, and we are trying to provide sustainable management practices. We are trying to develop, you could say, breeding strategies for mainly varroa tolerance. We also try to make different analytic and digital forecasting tools, and we're doing a lot more. Today, we are so happy that we have Marin here from Croatia, who's working in the work package number 1, where we today will talk about what I call the Beekeeper Protocol. And this is very, very exciting because now the beekeepers, they have the possibility to be involved in our consortium, to take part, to help us, and even seeing what a scientific project is about and kind of get an ownership. Marin, please present yourself with a few words and then let's talk about this protocol.
Hello, Fleming. Good morning. It's nice to have this morning coffee with you, and thank you for a short introduction. I'm really excited about this project that we started, but I already feel that after almost 2 years on working on preparation and application and all the results, we are a long way from the scratch that we made. I work at the Faculty of Agrobiotechnical Sciences in Osijek, together with Zlatko, Karolina, and Josipa, who are also involved in this project. And our main role is in different work packages, or WUPIs, how we like to call them, like WUPI 1 and 4 and 5 and 6. So, but as you mentioned today, the most important topic for today is Beekeepers Protocol. So we had this great idea to involve as many beekeepers in our project, in our activities, to present them nicely and clearly and to encourage them what we are trying actually to achieve here to this project. You know, because it's different when you are talking like ex-cathedra, or you're going to beekeepers and say, oh, this is very nice, you should do it like this, we tried it. And this is completely different from the story when you have beekeepers, friends, or other citizen scientists that are joining your experiment and developing this story from the beginning. And then they can see together with us if this is working, is this not working, how this is giving a better chance to honeybee colonies to go through these hard times that are coming. And with this approach, actually we want beekeepers, for who we are all doing this, to actually then involve other beekeepers that didn't have a chance, for example, now at the beginning to contribute to this project. So this is the basic goal of this Beekeepers Protocol, to involve as many beekeepers in our project, to do small experiments depending on their willingness, or how much they can contribute to this. And everybody, Fleming, I mean, everybody is invited to join.
No matter how many colonies they
no matter
actually
how
have.
many colonies, 1 colony, 100 colonies, what he wants to do, we will go briefly through the protocol to see what they can do, but everybody is really invited. Everybody can communicate to the let's say partner from their country, and everybody is invited and welcome. We will be happy to have as many beekeepers to join our efforts, as many as we can.
So if we go into the protocol now, because it's very exciting, and I did read it now 5 times yesterday.
Okay.
So what is this actually about? What is it that you want the beekeepers to test, so to say?
So briefly, we imagine that we have this innovative management concept of keeping honeybee colonies.
Yes.
And we are going to compare this to we call it conventional. So what it is actually all about. In the conventional method, or how we are, or most of beekeepers are now handling honeybee colonies, is that we treat colonies against this very nasty ectoparasitic mite varroa destructor.
You
Usually
just
in
said
the
it. You just said it.
usually at the end of summer, and then we try to keep this infestation low. And then during the winter, when all the mites are outside on the bees in the broodless period, we try to reduce this number really, really, really low, like as low as possible, so that these colonies could thrive until July or August, depending on the area, without the treatment. And now we have a different concept. This is concept that was not developed like in, oh, I have an idea. This was a concept developed by several years by several people, that we should have higher infestation of colonies early in the spring when we have drone production, and then to have low infestation during the summer or end of the summer when the so-called wintering bees or long-lived bees are development. And why this is important? This is really crucial for everything, because when we have a higher infestation in the spring, when the drone production is ongoing, then we are using the elements of natural selection, and only colonies that have, let's say, some resistance mechanisms, which are handling this varroa mite better, which have more luck, or I don't know, they produce healthy drones and they are participating in a mating with queens. And by skipping the winter treatment, if this is possible, of course, by skipping the winter treatment, we are allowing higher infestation of colonies in the spring. And this is the basic approach or basic idea behind this work package 1, or let's say the whole project, that we want to take breeding and selection to another new level, because it is known that breeders by themselves, they cannot make bees resistant to varroa mites, and that these bees succeed in the whole world. Let's say they can do it with a lot of effort and a lot of measurement and selection, and they make resistant bees. But unfortunately, in many situations, when these bees are transferred to another region, another environment, they don't have this resistance mechanism. This is a problem. And we cannot, or let's say the breeding is still not that place that, let's say, breeding is so well organized in the whole world that everybody is working on varroa resistance. No, this is not the case. And by moving actually this breeding and selection to the beekeepers level, by this, we may have a better chance. But this is the first step. This is so important and first step, but we are so far from the goal at the moment.
Continue, please continue.
First we have to check how this concept works, and through this big network of apiaries, we are looking how this concept is working for colony development, for the infestation level, and this is where the beekeepers will come in. But also we are going to have the whole picture, planning the whole picture, how this is influencing on microbiomes, how this is influencing on a honey production, on how this is influencing on other pathogens. We are going to have a huge digital scale network of apiaries. Almost every second colony will have this what is called digital device scale with temperature sensors, with weighting sensors. Some will be equipped with the counters of bees, so we'll have so many data collected and see how this approach is influencing on many levels, including microbiomes, holobiomes, and everything.
So maybe we should just sum up now, because now it's getting even more exciting. So we have the citizen scientist on one side, where you have a protocol where you ask those people to do something. We can talk about it a little bit later, relatively simple things. And then you actually have how many scientific apiaries around Europe?
Yeah, we're going
where
to
you
have
actually go in and make all those measurements. I mean, they really go into details in those ones.
yes, exactly. So we are trying to know everything, although this is really impossible. We are trying to know as many things as we can know through this project, through this experiment, and to have some valid conclusions in the end. Without a lot of data, you cannot have nice conclusions.
Exactly. So for me, it's exciting maybe for me, I'm a beekeeper. This sounds very exciting. So what do you expect from me? You said just, I mean, it can be from, I would say, 1 colony to 100 colonies.
Mm-hmm.
And what are we as beekeepers going to do there? As I can read
Mm-hmm.
in your protocol, I take and cut my bee colonies into two, so to say. Half of them I treat as I used to treat, and the other ones is this innovative method.
Yeah,
Please
exactly.
speculate a little bit about what is this innovative method?
So first of all, we have developed with many scientists and beekeepers and extensionists this protocol for beekeepers, which we try to make it as simple as possible to include beekeepers from all the Europe to to just try and test this, how this is working. It's how they feel about it. What is their feedback? Is this maybe, scientists are sometimes quite complicated in their mindset, and they cannot see some simple things that are missing. And here we need support from beekeepers. And this protocol could be downloaded on the BEEGUARDS website.
Yes, on the
And I
download
expect
page. Yes.
download page, exactly. And I expect that soon, in the next few months, it will be translated to the most of the local languages, at least for the partner countries. So in the protocol, there is one nice introduction where everything that we talked about now is explained. And we have set up some, let's say, starting condition, where the first sentence says that there are no strict rules on the starting condition. So we try really to include everybody who wants. We don't want to have somebody, oh, I don't have 40 colonies, so I cannot be involved. But there are some, of course, recommendations, because some data from beekeepers we would really, really like to use in our analysis. And so you can participate, Fleming, for example, you as a beekeeper, I just want to play, I just want to see how it looks, I will collect some data. Or if you feel like, oh, I want to be a really nice scientist, I want to help out, okay, I will fulfill all the tasks, which are really not hard from this protocol.
Yeah.
So like basic things is that you have one set of colonies, for example, 10 colonies or 20 colonies, and you divide these colonies into two groups. And these two groups should be similar, not to have like one group with colonies from last year, another group which are nukes from this year. It's quite important that these starting conditions are similar for both groups or for all the colonies in this group. And after forming these two experimental groups, one is kept like in your usual way. You treat like you're treating colonies in usual way, which you have success on, and the other group you are doing this innovative treatment, and it basically means that, in short, you are making a brood break, brood interruption during summer. Yes. By caging the queen or some other method. Important is that the queen is not able to lay eggs for 25 days. And then we have a nice broodless stage or nice broodless time when all the mites are actually exposed to us, and we can have effective treatment against mites, for example, with oxalic acid or some oxalic acid-based product which is available in your country. And we can get rid of more than 90% of mites at the moment when our winter bees are starting to develop. And this is very important.
Yes.
And then after this, we are trying not to treat colonies until next summer.
Exactly.
if this is possible,
Yeah.
you know?
Just to comment a bit about that, I have been beekeeper advisor in Denmark for more than 30 years. And the main aim of my job was to make a strategy for varroa treatment. And what we did was, and it was very clear, that we found out that we needed to keep the number of mites as low as possible during the whole season. Otherwise, we would lose the colonies. My conclusion after 13 years is that that strategy was actually wrong. So what we did we did introduce one more treatment and one more treatment, and that meant that our bees never in their life had the possibility to kind of evolve resistance to varroa mites. And this is what I like about your project, is that we have to rethink. We have to put some mites into the bee colonies. I'm shaking a little bit when we're talking about one treatment, so to say, but this is the way we have to do. And if we can involve citizen scientists working with that would be nice. Sorry, that's just my
No, Fleming, you're completely right. You're completely right here. And what we are actually doing for the last 30 or 40 years is we are doing such nice, such a tremendous, such a perfect selection on varroa.
Exactly.
You got me? So
Yes.
every year we are getting stronger and stronger, and better varroa mites that are able to survive treatments. They're resistant. And if we continue this in 20 years, I don't know how many treatments we would need in the end.
Yeah,
You
but
know?
you're totally right. I mean, we just introduced one more treatment, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years
And on
ago.
the other
Otherwise,
side, we are actually not giving our bees a chance to develop. You know, we are treating all colonies, and if there are some colonies that are able to survive, that have some really resistant mechanisms, we are not giving them a chance for their drones to participate in the mating, because all the other colonies which would probably die out, they also get to chance to spread their genes in the environment. And this is the basic idea behind this, and it's a long way to go through it, but we should start. We should start from somewhere, you know.
I mean, the nice story was that we did some surveys on a small island, and this is really 30 years ago, and we treated them all with formic acid at that time. And we could see that there were so many differences in the colony. Some had 1 or 2 or 3 mites, others they had 2,000 mites.
Yeah, exactly.
But we were thinking wrong at that time. So we treated all the colonies, and we kept the 2,000 and 3,000 mites colonies alive. We kept the genes alive, and they were allowed to put drones out in the local, what I call area. And in that way, we kept, I call it the mite bombs alive, and we never had any kind of selection or evolution.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Great.
And
What
here
kind?
we are.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, please go on.
No. What kind of measurements do you want us to do? I mean, I was looking on the protocol, and it looks really relatively simple.
Yeah, it's simple. A beekeeper can participate on measurements they can do. For example, the full set of measurements include actually 4 things: evaluation of colony strength, few times a season, and this could be really done on the time when beekeeper is actually doing something with the colonies, you know, in the spring, during summer, during autumn, during winter, and this all could be part of their regular inspection. But for example, we would like to know how many brood frames are in the colony, and how many spaces of inner spaces between combs are in these colonies at this particular moments. We have a nice graph where we wrote at which period we would like to have these measurements. And so one is evaluation of the colony strength, really easily, how many frames, how many inner space. This is done in 20 seconds. It's not too hard. Then for the honey yield, you as a beekeeper, Fleming, you can say, okay, this group had more honey than other group. Simple as that. Or if you want to have some meaningful data, you can weight the super when you're on the field before you're putting in your car or on your truck. Just put it on a scale and say, okay, 25 kilos, 27 kilos, or something like this. Then for the swarming behavior, you could note, Fleming, like this is in the swarming tendency, this swarmed out, because for us it's important later when we interpret the data. We need to know if the colony swarmed out, so it means that there was a brood break, there was a new queen, something happened, and we must know this data. So nothing special, just there was swarming, there was no swarming, there are queen cells, or colony swarmed out, colony didn't swarmed. I believe the thing that actually many beekeepers, or most of beekeepers, are keeping in their book.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Yeah, and now in the end, also very important thing, maybe the most, let's say, demanding, is the infestation of colonies with mites.
Yeah.
This could be done by following the natural mite mortality in the spring for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, or after the treatment. And the best thing would be to see the infestation of adult bees, of a sample of adult bees in the colony. And I think that most of the beekeepers heard about some methods like a sugar shake, powder sugar shake method. Everything is described in the protocol step by step, quite easy. I believe that we can even make some videos in the future to help this out. And these are basically basic 4 things that we would like to have. If Fleming, you can have 10 colonies divided into groups, and you measure only the colony strength, and for example, swarming, and this is okay. This is okay. But if you want to get really, if you are excited, like you told us in the beginning, you are excited, then I think that you will go for the whole set of measurements, and this will be the best for us.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a small beekeeper. I have right now 30 colonies.
Perfect. This is perfect.
And actually, if I sit down with a cup of coffee, as I have now, and I look through your graphic, I could implement all those things right away. And we talk about relatively little extra work. It should be the adult bee infestation might take longer time, but I can take the samples, I can take them home,
Yeah.
I can do the analysis when I do have the time.
Exactly. You know, Fleming, even for example, if you're not familiar, or you don't have you don't want to do the adult bee infestation, you can contact your partner in or the partner from Denmark and ask, okay, I have 7 colonies, 8 colonies, can I take samples and bring it to you and you do the washing? I'm sure your partner will say, okay, no problem.
Yeah.
We can do this, we can arrange this.
Actually, it's something we are offering in our small lab in the Beekeeper Association in Denmark. If they can send in the
Great.
label, a
Exactly.
sample, and then we will do the washing. But I have been
great.
doing, I don't know, 2,000 washings in my life, and it's not such a big task. It is.
No, it's not. It's
Yeah,
not.
yeah. Oh wow, yeah, and you could say the more beekeeper, the better, and even
Of course.
everybody who can just contribute with that little corner that you as beekeeper can kind of overview, manage. And we could also, I would say, to people doing that, go in your local beekeeper club, make a talk about what
Yeah,
you're doing, tell them about
exactly.
our project, and encourage others. I'm sure we will have people in here. They will do the whole set, and they will be very eager, and it will be kind of an eye opener in their life. And I would also say
Yeah.
we could have people that are kind of just practice, just do it, see it how it
Yes,
works,
exactly. Just
play
yeah.
with it.
We have really nice experience, you know, with beekeepers, and sometimes we are so surprised that they are doing some small experiments of their own, you know, on the apiaries. They're comparing, they're doing, and they're making so many notes. And our experience showed up that beekeepers are really great guys, you know, to help in these things. And this is also a chance for them maybe to get better connection, you know, for with these partners to be on the source of information in the future at that moment, and to develop, and basically to develop this idea together. We are not developing this for somebody else. We are developing this idea for us and for beekeepers and the whole community. And we also, and for this, we need the whole community to help us, let's say, in this.
And my experience is that all the citizen scientists I have met over the years, they have simply become better beekeepers because they are involving themselves in the beekeeping in a new way, and they give their share, and it's kind of they have an ownership of this project, and they can later on
Exactly.
say, I was a part of the BEEGUARD
Yeah, yeah,
project.
yeah. Exactly, exactly. Exactly.
Okay, exciting.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of work. We have a lot of problems in the beginning, as
Yeah,
usually
yeah,
in
yeah.
all of this. But this is only making us stronger, and the success will be sweeter in the end with this.
Exactly. The project is running over 3-4 years.
Mm.
So what do you think if people now, this will get published in the middle of July, is it possible for people already to take part this year, or is this what I call the testing year, the curiosity
Mhm.
year, or trying out different things and then really start next year? What do you think?
Yeah, yeah, Fleming, with BEEGUARDS, everything is
Mm.
possible.
Okay.
Everything is possible
Okay.
with BEEGUARDS. So beekeeper can start whenever he wants, if there is a time. Of course, not in December, maybe during winter.
No.
But with one season, with two seasons, with three seasons, with one colony, with 100 colonies, so all the possibilities are welcome. And the basic idea is just to have this protocol and to have this everything built up in the beekeeper's mind, so they
Mhm.
talk about it, so that they chat to each other, because it's different when I say to beekeepers, oh, this is very nice, and they said, okay, he's scientist or he's working on a faculty, what else he knows. But when another beekeeper is telling this story, I said, okay, this is guy, he tried this, and
Yeah,
he knows. It's different, it's different.
yeah.
And we would really like to have a lot of beekeepers involved here, and we would be so happy.
Okay, Marin, thanks a lot. This was very, very exciting. I
Thank you,
can
Fleming.
I can tell to our listener that you can go on our homepage, beeguards.eu. There is a menu in the top that says download, and there your protocol will be available very, very soon. There are also some very, very nice leaflets there that can kind of give you an overview. I always have it in my pocket because
Mhm.
our consortium and the activities are so huge. There's so many activities in there that even I, as a partner in the consortium, do have my problems once in a while to remember what are they doing there in Spain and so on. So everybody, please keep tuned. Listen to our podcast. There will be lots of podcasts coming out up during those years, explaining what we are doing. Marin, thanks a lot, and talk to you
Thank you,
next
Fleming,
time.
for a nice. Thank you for a nice coffee break. Thank you.
So you're welcome.